Guys, we have played with literally every single weapon in the game, but if there is one archetype of weapon that for some unknown reason, from D1 to D2 that we have spent an unreasonable amount of time with, that would be our rapid fire impulses. I'm talking way back in the day when Grasp was tearing it up inside of Crucible, to Clever Dragon defining the meta for all of Year 3 D1, to even top tier rapid fire impulse rifles that are present even now in the game, such as Scalar Potential, Oversoul Edict, Horus Lease, Peace of Mind, Different Times, dude, the list goes on. We have picked up so many different rapid fire impulse rifles over the years, and each one of them seem to possess something that outclass the next one. The question is, does Claws of the Wolf possess what it takes to beat out those other rapid fire impulses? Now keep in mind, Claws of the Wolf is not a new weapon, but this one, of course, has a number of new perks. Today, we're going to be looking at this weapon in both PvE and PvP, and really narrowing down where Claws fits in the meta. Now, for those that are not familiar with this archetype, this is the rapid fire frame. They, by default, have deeper ammo reserves, and they have slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. Now, I will say pulse rifles in the final shape are feeling a lot better. I know most people are not using them, especially inside of PvE, but keep in mind, guys, they got a number of buffs. On top of that, rapid fire pulse rifles actually have the second highest DPS among pulse rifles. I know most people are going to be focused on the PvP role for this one, but PvE, you may want to consider Claws. The only archetype to beat rapid fire pulse rifles are our heavy burst frames, weapons like Nullify or Aisha's Care, both of which are really good pulse rifles, but rapid fires are right there in the same conversation. And what makes Claws of the Wolf so good is for my folks trying to build into Void. Now diving into the perks. In our third column, we have Headseeker, Repulsor Brace, To the Bane, Elemental Capacitor, Snapshot, and Perpetual Motion. Then in our fourth column, we have Rampage, Kill Clip, Destabilizing Rounds, Disruption Break, Attrition Orbs, and Zen Moment. Now keep in mind, guys, one of the beautiful changes Bungie has made in the final shape is allowing us to pretty much enhance just about every single weapon, which means Claws here can also be enhanced. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Claws of the Wolf has been reprised for PvP, and we can see that in the perks. But for PvE, there exists a very potent combination, that being Repulsor Brace and Destabilizing Rounds. Again, Repulsor Brace reads, defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. Now this overshield is worth 45 HP and it lasts for 8 seconds, with the enhanced version increasing the overshield duration to 10 seconds. It's a good perk, especially when you combine it with Destabilizing Rounds. This perk reads that final blows causes nearby targets to become volatile. Essentially, guys, on kill, you'll get a detonation with a 6.5 meter radius that debuffs enemies. Now, the unfortunate thing about Destabilizing Rounds is that there is a 3-second cooldown between activations, with the enhanced version decreasing that cooldown ever so slightly. Now, of course, I still wish Bungie would full send it and remove the cooldown on activations, but Destabilizing Rounds is still fantastic. Volatile on any kill bolsters your ad clear and your lethality a hefty amount. Not only do these explosions allow you to net kills quicker, but it also pairs beautifully with Repulsor Brace. Essentially, it's a loop within itself. You always have an overshield and you're always applying volatile. It's a good combination, guys, and we've utilized it on a number of different weapons, and it works well here for Claws. Could you utilize other things inside of PvE? Sure, you can go Rampage if you want, or Kill Clip, but I think the thing that makes this one unique is, of course, that Repulsor Brace Destabilizing Round roll. Now, with PvE out of the way, let's talk PvP. Let me just say, when it comes to rapid fire pulse rifles, I have been spoiled. I have played with so many God roll rapid fires. Claws really needs to bring something to the table that can outshine Scalar Potential, Oversoul Edict, hell, even Darkest Before. And when we sit down and actually take a look at it stat-wise, the stats on Claws is actually kind of bad. The only place it really takes an edge is in aim assist, where only Oversoul Edict falls below. Kind of wins out in range, where it's timed with Darkest Before at 34 base, giving it 31.54 meters before reaching damage fall off. Now, it can reach a cap of 64 range, netting us 35.36 meters. But aside from the stats, we do have some very juicy perks. Looking back in our third column, we have Headseeker present here, which is a fantastic perk on pulse rifles. To the Pain is also present here, which I got to play with, and I really liked To the Pain a lot. I've been using this perk more and more, and especially the enhanced version, and I just really appreciate it in those gunfights. Let's start with Headseeker though. Body shots landed with this weapon increases precision damage and aim assist for a short time. Body shots landed while while the perk is active refreshes this time. Now, Headseeker got a buff a while back where it gives plus 10 aim assist on top of these benefits. It also increases our crit damage from 28 to 30 when landing a body shot. Now, the enhanced version of Headseeker grants plus 5 stability, so nothing substantial, but still something you can appreciate, especially on a rapid fire pulse. Now, diving into the time to kills. From tier 10 to tier 6 resilience, you can kill Guardians in 8 crits, 1 body, 0.8 seconds. From tier 5 and below, you can kill in 7 crits, 2 body. And from tier 4, you can actually get the kill in 8 crits, which drops our time to kill down to 0.73 seconds. Now, if we bring Headseeker into the mix, this perk does shift our forgiveness around. For instance, still 8 crits, 1 body for Guardians tier 10 to tier 7 resilience. The moment we get into tier 6 territory, it's still 0.8 second time to kill values, but now it's 7 crits and 2 body. And then from tier 5 and below, we're able to secure that kill in 8 crits, 0.73 seconds. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, Cross, Headseeker just doesn't look like it moves the needle all that much. But fellas, it's that little bit of forgiveness that makes Headseeker so good, on top of the fact that it actually helps with landing your shots with the increase there in aim assist. It's a solid perk, guys. We've been utilizing Headseeker more and more on pretty much all of our pulse rifles. And for a rapid fire pulse, you're going to be pretty much spraying your targets, which means 9 times out of 10, you're going to be proccing Headseeker. Now let's look at To the Pain. While this weapon is equipped, taking damage increases handling and aim assist until the weapon is stowed. Taking more damage increases this effect. Think of this as like Eye of the Storm. The perk is based on stacks though. It caps out at times 10, and stacks are dependent on damage being taken. Now this varies depending on the source though. The good thing is you can expect to be at or near max stacks after literally any gunfight, and this buff stays with you. Now stat-wise, according to LightGG, each stack gives us plus 2 aim assists, which will cap out at plus 20. For handling, we don't really have concrete numbers yet, but just from our internal testing, it would take 17 frames at base to aim down sights, but at max stacks, this would cut it down to 12, and you could feel the difference. And the beautiful thing about the enhanced version of To the Pain is that it slightly increases those benefits, essentially tacking on more aim assists and more handling. I really like this perk. And let me just say, guys, had this perk not existed in the same column as Headseeker, I would probably be like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one I want to have. But hot damn it, Headseeker's there, and it's just too damn good. Now, moving on to our 4th column. What is the best perk here to match with either of those 3rd column traits? There are really 2 that I was actually using the most. One being Kill Clip, the other one being Zen Moment. Now, I landed a Kill Clip To the Pain roll. Simultaneously, I also landed a Zen Moment Headseeker roll. But guys, these are all interchangeable. Kill Clip is obviously fantastic. Reloading after a kill grants increased damage. This is a 25% increase, which lasts for 5 seconds, and the enhanced version lasting for 5.5. This is the best perk to lower our time to kill and raise our forgiveness. And we immediately see that shift. For instance, tier 10 to tier 7 of resilience, we're able to kill Guardians in 7 crits for 0.67 seconds. Tier 6 and below, we're able to get the kill in 6 crits and 1 body. This is a great perk for 6s. You get a single kill, and now you can start chewing through Guardians. However, we also have Zen Moment. This perk reads that causing damage with this weapon reduces recoil and flinch over time. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us are familiar with this perk. You land some shots, you get some flinch resist, you reduce weapon shake, which is very noticeable on a rapid fire pulse. And the enhanced version of Zen Moment gives us a flat plus 5 stability. This all culminates in a very steady stream of bullets that is going to be able to secure victory in those duels. I'm not going to lie, guys, I am torn. This is one of those situations where we say, hey, you need to lock down a roll for 6s, which would be that kill clip roll, and then you need to lock down a roll for just 1v1s. Things like trials, that Zen Moment roll, that Headseeker combo. That was the last combination that I needed, and we landed it. And my God, is it beautiful to watch it at work. Now, before we get into the God roll of this weapon, we do have to go over its origin traits. This one is called Skulking Wolf. It's the Ironbender origin traits, and it states that while at low health, Guardian final blows of this weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from opposing radar. Now, this isn't something I realize activates all too often, but when it does, you actually do get removed from passively pinging radars for 10 whole seconds. Granted, inside of PvP right now, dude, it's just ability spam. I'm seeing clones, I'm seeing smokes. I can't even trust radar anymore. It's not a bad origin trait, although there are definitely much better origin traits. Like something like Nadir Focus would be fantastic on claws, as it would literally play into the playstyle of the weapon itself, but Bungie seems to be pretty locked to these origin traits. With that being said though, what do I recommend? I think Headseeker Kill Clip, fantastic for 6v6. The time to kill values are really good. The moment you get that ball rolling, it shreds. defense, and you essentially have two different perks that are buffing your damage. At the same time, for 1v1s, I think you want to go the route of Zen Moment Headseeker. Enhance both of them. You're going to get +5 stability from both of those perks when they're enhanced, which is very nice. And this is literally going to give you the most stable experience possible. The question really boils down after that point, what should you be using in terms of your mag perk, your barrel perk, your masterwork, and your mods? I think Arrowhead Break is actually the play here, guys. Matter of fact, Arrowhead Break with the counterbalance mod. If you add that alongside ricochet rounds or high caliber rounds with a ranged masterwork, you're still able to reach up to almost 33.5 meters. But simultaneously, Arrowhead Break is picking up our recoil direction to 83, and with counterbalance, it's bringing it up to 98. But Arrowhead Break also serves two different purposes. It's not just the recoil direction that you're getting, it's also the increase in handling. And something you're gonna notice about Claws of the Wolf is that its handling doesn't feel good. It's not that fluid, and that can make a big difference when entering gunfights. Maybe not for my folks that are sitting there laning, but if you're running and gunning, that little bit of time can really mess with you when you're dealing with a slow handling weapon. And it actually, to me, feels bad to have such a rapid fire bullet hose of a weapon have such terrible handling. But that's just what they possess by default. In my opinion, Arrowhead is a great way to navigate around this. Go with a mag perk like high cal ricochet rounds. They're on counterbalance. Hopefully you roll with the ranged masterwork, and then hopefully you get lucky with one of those perfect roll combinations. So chat, that is it. That is our review of Claws of the Wolf 2024. You can focus this weapon inside of Iron Banner, meaning you can take your Ingrams and literally focus them 1-to-1 for a roll of claws. For some reason, Bungie keeps blessing me with attrition orb rolls, but it is what it is. You've got 2 weeks to grind for a God roll, so good luck to you. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.